Good morning to all. Anyways, I wanted to talk about mind over matter, and sorry for it just being my face the whole video. Anyway, that bothers you. I know it gets worse when it's close up like that, but anyways, um, so I wanted to talk about mind over matter and what people can do to help change, to help better the world, because we are connected to the planet, but in order to better your own life you have to better yourself first. But how do you do that, especially when you're suffering from depression? So what I've learned is that after the channeling with Yeshua and being in communication, after disconnecting, I'm still able to be magical as a spiritual atheist. So I still have teachings from Yeshua that are actually quite similar to the ones that Lucifer will actually bring up himself as well. Self betterment. Now, this is a hard thing for people to do. And I know that I'm not attacking, trying to attack Christians. It's the religion that is being followed. It's not the way that it should be, and I know that there's Christians that understand what I'm talking about. They disagree with a lot of things in it themselves, and they don't understand how anybody else is just sitting on their bottoms, not doing anything about it, and know that the Bible has been rewritten like 500 times. We know that somebody evil got their hands on holy scriptures that were given to us by our ascended masters, who are not, they didn't go to space. Ascended, meaning that they mastered themselves. They were master teachers on our planet. Like, if you notice that those people who have their legs crisscrossed and there's a bunch of the monks in orange surrounding them, you think that that's a cult, but those systems were created because someone experienced enlightenment. Somebody experienced a certain system that taught them to be so grateful, it started to separate them from the rest of their society, because their society, we have this energy every single day that's it, it comes at you. It's called fear. We're like animals. We're not animals, but beings that we are, like animals, we have to deal with survival and fear. So as you wake up and okay, I gotta go to work, it's good to have a job that you're comfortable with. It's good to have a family and friends and a home that you're comfortable with, because if you don't, you're probably going to suffer from PTSD because you're forcing yourself to be in these situations. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are afraid of change. And so when you're afraid of change, you do your best, and you really are making it hard for yourself to not be who you really are in your heart. And you're not shining the light that you truly have onto people that you truly have, that you have suppressed your whole life, like talents, your humor. People don't realize how funny you are, or don't give you credit for those things, because you're not around the right people. You're like a dying plant. And that is just so sad, because there's so many people out there that need you. And so, beings that has been said, couples, please understand that if you notice that you have an inspiring partner, it is edgy to be with these kinds of people that are outgoing and love attention, but you guys have to have trust and understanding, and you have to understand no matter what, you have to let your partner be themselves if you truly love them. You know, and that's how you know that your life is a lie. And sometimes these people, and I've done it myself, like create a life that surrounded me. I loved, you know, my ex and everything, but, you know, being bisexual, I was masculine. So a lot of myself, I had to change. I had to stop wearing bondage pants. So I changed myself to be with this person in order to fit a certain category. Why? Because I was Christian. And everything that I liked was a sin. Everything that was black, everything that had anything to do with devil horns and rock and roll and being gay was evil. So I had to practically sacrifice myself, spiritually commit suicide, recreate myself as a fake person. You know, I tried. You know, I used to have long brown hair, was a stay-at-home mom, and I got shut down. And I did it to myself, and you know, it's a shame. And Lucifer is all about enlightenment. He's all about self-betterment, but you have to be able to understand that you have to listen to him if you're a theist. But even in the requirements of atheistic Satanism, I do recommend, because that basis foundation, Satan is only a mascot. Like, to atheists, he's not real. He's just a symbol that represents independence and the self. So anyways, going back to what I was trying to bring up in the beginning of this video, is that being yourself and battling Christianity is very, very, very difficult. Because if you think that you cannot take accountability of your own actions and own up emotionally, empathetically, and compassionately inside of your own mind of all the things that you ever thought towards someone, everything you ever did towards someone or directed at someone, people who are hateful, jealous, you know, like that stuff that's in you that you've done, that's darkness that you have to face. And that's what Satan wants you to do. So this is the opposite of Christianity. That is what people actually want. They actually want Satan, and Satan means self. So when you're talking to yourself, he acts like a, or when you're talking to Satan, praying to him or thinking, you know, to yourself, even without him, you're with the self. The self is you in your own mind. So I encourage you to understand that this is the system that people need to draw the line in their life. Where and how do they want to start over? So draw a line on a piece of paper and say, this is my line. This is how I'm going to take the next step, is by drawing a line. This is where it stops, and taking the next step. And then get another piece of paper. Start a list of all the things that you do not like about yourself. It can be as long as you want. But make sure that and it is your responsibility to keep track of these things. And what I'm trying to help you with is cleaning out your subconscious mind, and the only way to do that is through the belief system. The belief system controls the subconscious mind. Yay. So if you think that you are being subconsciously attacked, or you and your kids are by TV, just shut it off and understand that you can't be that paranoid. It's just TV. It's only an influence. And this is what Yeshua has taught me, that self-control is self-respect, and nobody can control your mind unless you let them. So do not choose to allow yourself to believe lies, or you're going to become a crazy person. This has actually happened. Anyways, like, people have tried to heal themselves with psychedelics, and this is the path to doing that without psychedelics. Because when that person finds compassion at their peak, this is the process to do it without psychedelics. Anyways, people will understand when you get to a certain point in your life and there's just nothing but a wall. You suffer from, and this is actually sad to say, but it's normal for people to become so depressed in the world that we live in with all the hate and evil. You are not alone. It's not okay to become suicidal, but if you have in your life, or you're facing that right now, it is not your fault, and you are not alone. You are a human being and you matter. This stuff happens to more people than you think, and you make a difference. But where do you go? You feel so helpless and so lost, you don't know where to go? Okay, so let's look at that list. That list is telling you what you want to tell yourself, how to fix yourself from the things that you don't like about your life or yourself. Write down the things you don't like about yourself. Take out another piece of paper. Write down all the things that you do not like about your life. You could even take out one more piece of paper and write down in lists the things that have happened that you have done to let yourself down. You are not alone if you've done this. Everybody does this. Like procrastination, there's pretentiousness. It's because you're afraid, like, it's not your fault. You don't have a complete grip on your own confidence in yourself and how people see you. It's like being on stage. Do I look okay? Like, you need their reassurance, and that's okay, but you want to be able to have confidence in yourself to simply go to the store, because there's people that have PTSD that will have panic attacks because of all the things that they've done wrong in their life, and all of a sudden it zeroes in on them like aliens from space hovering above you, and you freeze, and you're like, you can't move. You have to like wait, like literally something is holding you hostage, and this is the system to break free from that. So anyways, with that list, go over it. Go over those lists and understand that you're a human being. People make mistakes. And this is the real key to it, that when we run out of therapists out there to fix us, how are we going to be able to fix ourselves? Well, Christians say, well, we have the Bible. Okay. But where's the step list of how I heal myself and my subconscious mind? So with, You do not need permission to create an affirmations book that says and lists, and you should do this. I am worthy of love every day. I am worthy of life. And then go down to the next line and say, I am not stupid. Write that down. I am not a helpless idiot. Write that down. I am not an animal. Write that down. I am not a slave. Write that down. I am beautiful. Write that down. I am smart. Write it down. And guess what? That's your Bible. You can write more affirmations and compliments to yourself that you should wake up, get a drink of water, move around a little bit, take 30 minutes to an hour every single day. Read that. It reprograms your belief system, because when you read it, you believe it. That is how programming works. So do we want bad programming? Depression? Sad movies? Sad books all the time? No. If you want to clean your whole soul and your brain, you have to understand, you have to separate yourself for probably about a month and read your book every single day. So on the front of it, put my self-esteem book. And this is your holy Bible, because it's going to cleanse your mind. Anyways, so with those affirmations, you have the subjects of what you don't like about yourself, bad things that have happened, things you don't like about your life. And the next page, the last one, is how to manage your materials in your home and your money. So what comes first, though, is your belief system. So in this book, write down also on a new piece of paper that do not choose to allow yourself to believe lies. Draw a circle, point at it, and then write mind. And then you need to say and write, self-control of the mind is self-respect. And always remember that you are the one that chooses what to believe. So self-control is self-respect. Self-control of the mind is self-respect. This is how to master yourself. Okay, so the next page should be needs to be how to, you need to, and also you could put, quotes around it. Take accountability of what you do wrong before you judge other people. And this is a high standard. And also, you need to understand that to fully cleanse yourself, this is what I had to do, is that you pretty much start from understanding where you are now. Understanding that your childhood, your teenage years were not all your fault, because you were a dependent teenager and you had influences. So, there are people in your life that you yourself need to hold accountable, because in Christianity, and you need to make a list of these people, what they've done, why they're evil, why they need to be kept out. Okay, and they can also affect your subconscious mind and belief system, because like Christians would do is to forgive people, because that is a standard that they have in church that's being taught. that is completely evil. Like somebody that has beat you as a child, that you know is not a human being or is a pedophile, should not be allowed in your life, should not be allowed in your home. Put that name down and cross it out and put evil on it, and then put it in the back of the book. But it's your job that mentally you're supposed to know why that person. And sometimes you accept these people as friends. You know what these people are actually doing? They're narcissistic psychopaths that have hurt you in the past, that destroyed who you are as a person, won't let you be yourself. They're narcissistic psychopaths that are literal vampires that are holding you hostage, or you're allowing them to because you have nowhere else to go. What do? You cannot bury yourself alive with people that don't love you for who you are, but somehow, with sadness and lack of support system, we let people back in. I knew this preacher that told me that one of the bravest things you can do is understand that pedophiles should be forgiven because they were demonically possessed when they acted on what they did. But they're human now because they took accountability because the psychologist came and all this other stuff. No, they're doing that thing is supposed to be put on death row. It is supposed to be executed. It's not a human anymore. The minute that thing did what it did to that child, that pedophile lost all of its human rights. There's no excuse to ever think or imagine, oh, I don't even want to go into it. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so put those monsters on that checklist, put them in the back of your book. There's bullies from school. There's people that have had affairs with your lovers, people that have been jealous of your lover. There's people that like are jealous of you, that pretend to be your friend, that are puppet masters. Like, oh, I know what to do with you the minute they walk into your life, but then they're stupid because they told you everything about them and all the crimes that they've committed, and somehow they're still out running around doing their bidding. They're evil, and you should not let them back in your life. But how do you let go of these people? How do you let go of these toxic brothers and sisters, these toxic friends, ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, these toxic situations that you blame yourself for every day? Write down, it is not my fault for their bad choices. It is not my fault for what that person did. Because there's a lot of people who are like, wow, I should have said something when that monster was standing next to them or that jerk was standing next to them in the store. Why didn't I stand up? It's like the jellyfish, dude. The parasites are over the top of your head. You have to use your power so you wake up your aura. You're like, what? I'm not me. I would have said something. It's because of the parasites. Trust me, they're there. That's what the Christians think. They think that they're demons. They're not. I have a video about it. Anyways, so in your booklet, remember, self-control of the mind. You need to have self-control of your belief system. And if you do, you know nothing can go across that point to affect your subconscious mind because you know it's only an influence. So TV, right? Is it brainwashing me? Is it affecting my subconscious mind? Is it starting to trigger things that happened to me as a child that I don't know about? And all of a sudden, you know, if you begin to unravel and you begin to remember things. If you are a victim of a traumatic experience, just remember it is not your fault. And you have to remember, no matter what, hold yourself. If there's nobody there with you, hold yourself and say, it's not my fault. And know that in your heart. And believe it in your belief system. And nothing else can touch you. Period. All this demon stuff, all this fairy tale stuff about what can control your mind control in music. It's mind control does not automatically control your mind. Like if it's in music, it's only an influence. You see a picture of the devil and it bothers you, you think it's mind control, don't watch it. You listen to music that is hypersexualized, it's black and white, it's in your face. So there's nothing else to it. There's no magic behind it. There's no demonic mind control, magical demons jumping out of the stereo, jumping into your body, trying to take over yourself. There's no Satan trying to take over human bodies through MK Ultra Illuminati music mind control. No. It's all only an influence. And why this information is so important is because there's Christians out there that literally believe that this is happening. Like if you watch The Simpsons and there's a Halloween special and the devil comes out, my homie Satan comes out and he's like, how's everybody doing today? Guess what? They can manipulate cartoons to make you think that Satan is a certain way. They're liars. So what are they wasting? They're wasting their money and their ink, all that paper to make that cartoon to make you believe that Satan is evil because they don't want you to understand who he is. And if you're going to be a fearmonger and believe what those evil embezzling preachers are telling you, or people online with their conspiracy theories like that are, trying to find the truth, understand that if there's an evil cartoon, an evil movie or show with real people or even stick figures, if that influence is evil and they use the image of Satan, please understand that they're criminals now because they're actually making fun of Satan. This is a religion that is based off of facts, scientific facts, and theism that is expressed appropriately. But unfortunately, there are people on Google that are blaspheming Pan. They're blaspheming Satan as a hypersexual god. Even bands. He does not want to party with you and be perverted like that. Like, those things that are being expressed are rituals that are only for adults, that are like parties to help people medicinally to come out, like people who are afraid to be a certain way towards their partner, like a gathering, a satanic gathering with ritual to Lucifer that is an adult party is legal, like orgies and stuff. That's adult. Children should have nothing to do with that. And this is also Wiccan. So I'm trying to clear up the smoke screen of evil that has been plastered on Satan's face, and he's pulling it off like, Trisha, help me! They think I'm a pedophile. Oh my God. Like, They accept Family Guy, but they don't accept me. They accept Will Ferrell and all those nasty videos where they're abusing kids at the table, and they don't come to Satan. Trisha, help me. So anyways, you cannot choose, well, it's up to you, but understand that it's all in the belief system. If you believe that demons are real, you're going to get attacked by a reptilian who is going to feed off of you for until you break down, become violent. Like I said in my other video, it's not natural for people to become violent unless they have probable cause. And that is why Lucifer is the elite god, because he believes in the law. He's just like Batman. With all the information that I've given you about self-control of the mind and this example of Satan, please understand that this information should have been given out years ago so that we could have already had a atheistic society that is actually helping. Like, people are not moving forward in life because we do not have the correct Bibles. We're supposed to have books that give us affirmations every day that are not Christian, because what that does, that Christianity is magic. This is where I'm going to put my foot down, to where this is a criticizer situation, and my Christian fellow family needs to wake up. And yes, I may be a Satanist, I may be a shaman, I'm a human being, and I understand that the Illuminati has completely taken over the Christian world. Like, you believe in good. You believe in what Satanists believe. You want justice. But how do you do it? Why do you think that there's so much hate between a modern... let's see, let's back up a little bit. Why do you think that there's so much hate in opinion? And I know you're hiding it. There's a lot of Satanists that are like, oh my God, there's a Christian. Yeah. And then there's Christians who are like, oh, look at that Satanist. Oh God, scum. Why are they wearing all that black? Like, who do they try to impress? Like, all this other stuff. Like, you think they're all big and bad? Like, Satan's the devil. He wants to hurt you. Like, it's not pedophilia. Like, that is the biggest offense that has been happening, like, for the past couple years with perverted singers that I've already exposed. And it's countless movies. Like, there's adult humor, that's cool, but, like, it's making you completely unbalanced. But back to the opinions, like, there is hate between Christians and Satanists because of misinformation, brainwash, and fear. Christianity is magic. And guess what? Christianity, being that is magic, you have a God that is not real. When you come down to it and you unravel what you believe is actually controlling you, you believe that it's an entity called Jesus. If you do your digging, you're actually praying to the false sun god. And this, I know, is going to get everybody mad. But, you know, this is what caused me to become a Satanist, is waking up and realizing this. So anyways, I think and I hope that people start to realize that what can actually bridge the gap between Satanism and Christianity is Wicca, because that is one of the biggest religions that was attacked. And I want to be realistic with some of the people who are mad. I know I'm mad. about the witches that were attacked and, burned at the stake, but it's because they didn't want to give up their faith in their God. But a lot of these earlier people were dumb and they were nudists. There were a lot of people who were naked in front of their kids, and they were like, oh, we're not hurting our kids, we're naked and all this stuff. But these people from another country were like, we know that if you guys put on clothes, we'll be able to weed you out. And you know what? That's actually a satanic standard to this day, because it's not realistic and it's not humane to walk around with children in the nude. So if you look at Europe, for instance, there's a lot of nudity. There's children, there's cherubs up in the church. Mind control was created through child abuse. It was to annihilate half the planet and restart over, and that's what they did back in ancient Babylon. They created the Talmud and started to steal people's ideas in order to create a smarter controlling system in a utopia that they're still trying to create, like mind-controlled Atlantis with technology. And I'm calling Christians and Satanism to set aside their religion a little bit and understand that your God does not make you better than anybody else. And Christians and Satanists need to come together as a family before the end and understand that we are Wiccans. We have holidays. We robbed our family without knowing it because history has been hidden from us. So please reach into your heart, understand that this subconscious cleansing that needs to happen also needs to happen with the planet. And what I mean by that is through humanity. So cleanse yourself, understand your belief system controls your subconscious mind. And once you know that, if I could snap, boom. Once you know that and understand, nothing can get into your subconscious mind to demonically control you. Know what I'm saying? Anyways, so demons are satanic spirits that belong to the earth. Please watch my videos. Demons are not real. We have parasites. Please do not use that word anymore. When you think the word demonic, it's this big word. Demonic has dark energy, and that's Satan. So that dark energy, that word belongs to Satan. Parasites are like the Greys and reptilians that Christians I know believe in. They've seen them. They've had nightmares about them. They can shapeshift, and they lie. Oh, yes, they do. I've had nightmares myself. One when I was with my ex, a succubus came to me and confronted me inside of a church. And I'm like, how is this possible? So I did my spiritual investigation. I'm like, Satan wouldn't do that. He wouldn't send me anything like that because I didn't ask him to. That's so rude. Why would anything like that happen in a Christian church, in a dream? You say, oh, it's because you're going to make every excuse. I know that. Every Christian is going to make every excuse to not confront themselves and understand that you need to be realistic. Take accountability for your actions and hold people accountable for theirs so that they do not keep stepping into your life and trampling you. You do not have to freak out. You do not have to yell. It's just be realistic, respect the law, And guess what? When you start to take back control of your life, that is one step that you just stepped into Satanism. Welcome. When you stand up for yourself and you take back your life, you need to understand that depending on your situation, you need to make sure that you do this quietly. You make a plan before you step in to the next step, especially if you're leaving a relationship. You want to be able to know that you can mentally handle your own. Mentally and emotionally, take that deep breath and say, I can move forward. I can live by myself. I can go live with my friend by leaving my ex-boyfriend because he's violent. Or the other way around. Maybe you have a violent girlfriend who's a manipulator that you need to get away from, but you're not mentally ready to get away from them because you're blaming yourself, or you're incapable of taking care of yourself because of your depression or PTSD. Like you suffer from panic attacks and it's like you have nowhere else to go. You're stuck. Like, how did I let myself get this far? And you're stepping on the edge of everything you've ever known. You're like, you need to face yourself. And you're brave. You can do it. And it's time to face yourself and say, you know what? This is not who I want to be. This is not who I stand for. And that is the power that all of us have. So take back your life. Take back your mind. And after that, hold on to your book. Write down everything that you can get out of this video. Hold on to it. Hide it. Treasure it. The Bible needs to be thrown away. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But this is an eye-opener. And I want everybody to know you are your own God. Your body is your temple. It is your sacred vehicle here on this planet. And it's sacred. And if it wasn't, then everybody would just be criminal animals and we could do whatever we want. We have honor. We have respect. You need to respect yourself and have respect for your mind and your body and your heart. Write that down in your book and draw a circle around it and read this as much as you can. This is your new Bible, okay? You don't have to be a Satanist to have this. You could put your religious symbol on it if you want. You don't have to do what I say, but I'm just suggesting that this is what needs to happen realistically, because Satan is a pagan god, and this is an outrage that our country has gone as far as it has gone, and people are like, what are you talking about? It's what's affecting the youth, which will be in the next video. What is affecting the youth? What is affecting their subconscious minds? And neglect is the biggest thing that the system really looks at in single parent households or people who are poor, because they know that they are in survival mode and they're going to be inconsistent. So they put this evil stuff on TV to attack your kids, but it's simply attacking their belief system. So make sure that you guys put healthy things on TV. Get rid of cable. Just get movies. Like the concept of what a Christian would do to separate themselves from the evil society, Satanists do as well with their kids. Atheists do with their kids. And they know that it is not worth their child's life. You know, TV is not more important than your kids' life. That's what I mean. So anyways, I'm going to go get lunch, and I hope everybody has a good day. Again, my name is Justin Tyler, aka Trisha Maravilla. I'm a satanic priest And I'm in communication with Satan, and it's just, I hope the best for you, whoever you are. Please share this video. Please share. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.